How in the world am I supposed to get from this to this? We're going to show you right now on the Clash Tips YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Clash Tips YouTube channel. Town Hall 15 just came out, and if you're like any of us, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I just want to be max. I just want to get there. Maybe you're at Town Hall 11 and you think, I'm never going to be able to get to Town Hall 15. I'm never going to get to be able to use those pets, that max warden, that max queen, that max king, and I want it so bad. Now, if you're going to upgrade, you can take one of two paths. You can always take the rushing path, and if you want to get to the top the absolute fastest, then strategic rushing is the #1 way to do it. There's no argument. But if you rush, you are playing a very different experience with Clash of Clans than if you go the opposite extreme, which is maxing. Now, if you max, the problem with that is it's going to take you forever to get to the very end, to finally reach that goal. And by the time that you get to Town Hall 15, there's probably going to be a Town Hall 16 or a Town Hall 17 or even a Town Hall 18 by the time that you get there if you use the maxing route. So what I did was I kind of rushed and I kind of maxed. And I used a spreadsheet. I used a checklist. That way I could go down through, and each Town Hall that I did, I had certain items that I wanted to make sure were done before I moved to the next Town Hall. I have 10 accounts right now. All of them are at different stages of Clash of Clans. And the checklist that I used was #1. I started with whatever town hall it was that I had, where all of my storage is max. Whatever town hall that you're at, go on your town hall, click on your storages, look to see if those storages are max. The reason you want those to be max first is because if you get runes, if you get runes of elixir, if you get runes of gold, if you get runes of dark elixir, you want to gain the most usage out of those as possible. And every single month, whether or not you get the gold pass, typically either in clan games or whether Supercell be putting it out through events, you can get runes, and you want to make sure that you use those runes to the best of your benefit. So the very first thing that I want you to check off whenever you're upgrading and you're trying to max out and get to Town Hall 15 is, are my storages max? Check all of them. #2, you want to make sure that all of your elixir upgrades are max. I don't know how many times I look at a player and they have max defenses, they have max scatter shots, they have max inferno towers, and they have a queen, or they have their offense that's at level 2. They have an army camp that's back at Town Hall 9, and they're not able to effectively attack, and that really causes a negative play experience in the game of Clash of Clans. So the second thing that you really want to make sure that you focus on after you check off the storages is, are my army camps done? That is #2. #3 is my CC done? Again, another elixir upgrade. #4 is my spell factory done? #5 is my dark spell factory done? And those are the things that you want to make sure that you focus on after you've done your storages. So go to your base right now, check your storages. #2, check your army camps. Make sure that they are all max at their town hall level. #3, check your CC. Make sure that it is max at your town hall level. That way you can take the most aggressive clan castle army whenever you're doing your attacks. Also, check both spell factories. Not only does that allow you to have access to new and exciting and better spells, but it also opens spell slots. So that way you can take more spells in your attacks whenever you're doing attacking, whether that be regular wars, whether that be CWL, whether that be friendly wars, whether that be friendly challenges, and you're able to enjoy the game in the max way possible. After all of your elixir upgrades are done, or even at the same time, because it can be hard to have 5, or if you have auto, 6 elixir upgrades all going at the same time. If that's the case, you next want to focus on your DE drills. Now, granted, I know those also use elixir. Whenever you're upgrading those, you want to make sure that those are done. The reason is being because the next item on the list is going to be your heroes. I mentioned earlier how I'll see a player who has max scatter shots who's going in using level 10 dragons on their attack. or Town Hall 10 dragons or Town Hall 11 E-drags, and they've never really upgraded their army. Well, at the same time, we've all seen those players who have focused on their defenses and have upgraded their Town Hall, but they have failed to upgrade their heroes. And so that is the next thing that you need to focus on. In fact, if you can, all of these are super elixir and dark elixir heavy upgrades that I'm suggesting. If you can, farm your butt off so that way you can get all of these elixir upgrades done, and any extra gold that you have, as long as your builders are busy, because time is a valuable resource as well, throw your gold into walls. Do not start upgrading defenses. The first thing that you really need to do is focus on your elixir upgrades. It won't take too long for you to do. I typically had my elixir upgrades done at each town hall level about 6 months before I was ready to move on to the next town hall. So you can do it. It will take time. It may take 3, 4, 5 months to get through some of these elixir upgrades, but it can be done. Once your heroes are started and they are on track, once you have all of your elixir upgrades really almost done or to the point of completion, that's when you can start focusing on your gold upgrades. And when you focus on your gold upgrades, you want to focus on one of two options. So the first option that you can focus on is, do I want to be as much of an assistant to my clan as possible in Clan War League? If that is a yes, then you want to upgrade the biggest and the baddest defenses that you possibly can. Hopefully by this point, your heroes are going to be almost max. All of your elixir upgrades are going to be max or almost max. You're going to have max spells. You're going to have max army camps. So you're going to be able to take an army that can go against the town hall level that you are at. If that is the case, focus on the biggest and the baddest defensive upgrades that you possibly can. So if you were at Town Hall 10, focus on your Inferno Towers. If you're at Town Hall 9, focus on your Expos. If you are at Town Hall 11, focus on your Eagle. If you're on Town Hall 12, focus on that, getting that third Inferno up as possible. So focus on your Town Hall. If you're at Town Hall 12 and you're at Town Hall 13, to get that Giga Weapon up as high as possible. The reason being because the harder that you are to 3-star, the harder it is to triple you, then the more likely that your clan is going to do better in the game. After you focus on the Town Hall, after you focus on the Eagle, the Inferno Towers, Scatters if you're Town Hall 13, focus on air defenses, because a lot of new players like to throw out dragons and E-drags. It's an easy spam army, so focus on your air defenses next. After that, I would focus on Teslas and then bomb towers, and then go with the rest of your defenses. Understand, by this point, this is very gold heavy. Hopefully you will have all of your elixir collectors done. I said elixir collectors, not collectors. Hopefully you have all of your elixir upgrades done. And so you're going to have a ton of pink stuff that's going to be outflowing out of your storages. So time your builders. Make sure that when one builder comes due, that you throw all of your elixir into your walls and that you move on to the next gold upgrade. Now, question. When should I move on to the next town hall? I have this list. Tip Dog, I appreciate this list. I can move on to the next town hall with this list, or I can upgrade with this list. When do I move on to the next town hall? I move on to the next town hall when I have all of my elixir upgrades done, when I have my main armies in my lab completed. So for me at Town Hall 11, for example, that would be Zap Witch or Bat Witch. So if I have my Witches max at Town Hall 11, my Golems max at Town Hall 11, my Freezes, my Rage, my Zaps, my Quake, and my Bats. Once those are max, once my heroes are almost max. So at Town Hall 11, for example, I would have my Queen done, my Warden done, and my Barb King is almost done. It's right there. Once I reach that point, then I'm going to push the button to max. Now you may say, but all my defenses aren't max. And if you want to play the game to where you stay at Town Hall 11, for example, and you max out every single item that's on your base, then that is a great way to play. Town Hall 11, Town Hall 10, Town Hall 9, maxing out these individual town halls is a great way to play the game, and it is not wrong at all. And you definitely play the game that is 100% right for you. But also, I typically don't encourage players to do the opposite, which is rush, because again, that player experience is so horrible. If you do it the way that I have suggested, then you're able to get a decent amount of experience at a particular town hall level. And at the same time, you're not taking forever at the town hall level so that you're never going to be able to reach town hall 15. Hopefully this video was helpful. I know that when I was upgrading, I wanted a plan. I wanted a checklist that I could go by where I could look at my base and I could compare it to the checklist and I could say, am I on track? Am I doing the right thing? Am I upgrading as quickly as possible, but yet not rushing, not being at a place where all the other players are going to laugh at me because I have level 1 walls and a Town Hall 14. I didn't want to be that player. I wanted to be a player that looked on as their base was respected, it was at a decent level, and this is a way that you can do that. I've kind of shown a few bases as I've been going through this diatribe of things that you can do, of things that I need to upgrade on my bases, the checks that I need to check off on my own checklist on bases that are maybe a little bit rushed, and hopefully you can do the same. Hopefully this is helpful. If so, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be at 1,000 soon, and I really appreciate your support for the channel. We will see you guys next video for more, hopefully soon, Town Hall 15 content. Until then, we'll see you next time.